Labrynth is the pinnacle of a trap deck, which sounds weird because it has 9 monsters, 2 spells, and only 4 traps in its entire archetype. But what it lacks in archetypal traps, it gains in being very generic. Now let's go over some of these cards. I'm going to start with Labrynth Clock. You can discard it, and you can activate a normal trap card the turn it's set. Notice how it says normal trap, not a Labrynth trap. This is where the deck gets generic. It doesn't work for specific Labyrinth cards. It's for every normal trap. Although, to be able to activate the trap card this turn, you do must control a Labyrinth monster. If you discard, if this card is sent to the grave, if a normal trap card or Labyrinth effect is that discards a card from your hand, you can add this card back to your hand, which brings us to Stove and Chandelier, which pretty much have the same effect, which you get rid of them from your hand or field, and one more card from your hand to set any Labyrinth spell trap from your deck. It has a secondary effect of with anytime you get rid of a monster on the field with your normal trap card effect, you can, with Stove, summon it to your field, and with Chandelier, add to your hand. A Green Maid, would be normal summon. You could add any Labyrinth card from your deck to your hand. And with Purple Maid, you can send it a normal trap from your hand, or that is set on your field, special from a level 4 or lower fiend monster from your deck in defense position, except copies of itself. Then both the maids share the same effect of if another monster leaves the field by a normal trap effect, you can draw a card, then you can add it to your hand. Special summon it if it's a fiend, or set as any spell trap. Now let's move on to the bigger monsters. This one technically doesn't exist yet. It's the butler. Well, it looks like it has some like extra creatures. Is the butler the butler's person in the middle? And what about these? Are these are part of his creature, or are these gonna get their own card? And look, it's a teapot and a cup. I don't know. We have a chandelier. Chandelier. Anyway, during the main phase quick effect, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard, and either push from a Labyrinth monster or set a normal trap. Not bad. The set card can be activated this turn a little bit better. You can do it during your opponent's turn as well. When you activate a card or effect in response to activation when your opponent activates a card or effect in response to your Labyrinth card or effect, you accept this card's. You can your normal trap effect. With this card's in the graveyard, you can special summon it to your field. Cool. Although its first effect is send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard. So we get it up to our field, then we get rid of it again, get it to our field, get rid of it. I think you get the point. We'll just go to Archfiend, which gains part attack for every normal trap in the grave. After being summoned, you can set a normal trap from your deck that requires it to be activated when an attack is declared. That's really about it, except Archfiend prone monsters can't attack fiend monsters except this one. Well, except Archfiends. Copies of itself. Lovely. Your opponent can activate cards in response to your normal traps. You can set a normal trap from your graveyard at spell speed 1, and if another card leaves the field by another monster leaves the field by a normal trap effect, you can destroy a card either in your opponent's hand or field. And now the big monster of the deck, Lady. While you control a set card, it can't be destroyed by card effect, and can't be targeted. Yeah. If you activate a Labyrinth normal trap or Labyrinth card at all, you get a summon it to your field. Oh, sorry. If you activate it during this turn, so if you activate it earlier, you're fine. And if you activate a normal trap, you get a quick effect. You can set a normal trap directly from your deck. Anyway, spell card. Labyrinth setup. You can target 2 Labyrinth spell traps that are banished from your graveyard except copies itself. Shuffle them into your deck. Then if you control a fiend monster, you can set non-Labyrinth non-Labrynth normal traps directly from your deck with different names, equal to the number shuffled to your deck. So we start recycling. This also makes you play non-Labrynth. Where Labrynth, if you activate Welcome Labrynth, you can also give it the effect to destroy a card. When you activate a non-Labrynth normal trap, you can special summon a fiend monster from your hand or graveyard. Welcome Labrynth makes so you can special summon a Labrynth from your deck. Also, until the end of the turn, you can't summon anything except fiends. If a monster leaves the field by normal trap effect, you can bring this to your field. You can only use that effect once per turn. Each effect once per turn. And now, big Welcome Labrynth. Still a Welcome Labrynth. Special summon a Labrynth from your hand, deck, or graveyard and to your field. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one fiend monster your opponent controls, or if you control level 8 or higher fiend monster, you can target any card your opponent controls. You can only activate one of those effects per turn. Fair Welcome Labrynth. When a monster card is attacked, you can target a card your opponent controls, negate the attack, and if you do, destroy that target. Then set one non-Labrynth normal trap from your hand or deck. In Labrynth Barrage, if you activate a normal trap, you can activate this and copy its effect. Whew. I'm exhausted. Just reading Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Anyway, our monsters rely on getting us resources, and getting rid of our opponent's resources. And our spells and traps mostly relying on getting us resources. We don't really have that much disruption. That's why we throw in generic spells and traps. Heard it's pretty popular. The IKEA variant, you just throw all the furniture in your deck. And again, it's technically a trap deck, although you don't need that much trap cards. For how generic it is, you don't need anything in the archetype. What you do need to do is top deck this great button. You might get that final piece of Exodia you might need. Ooh, that was so close. You got. Let me think of a normal monster. You got. No. Ghost Attic thing. Here, I think some kind of normal monster. Ooh. Damn it. Your top part of your deck was Blackluster Soldier. And I guess, yeah, I attacked directly with Dark Magician and I win the game. Ooh.